Hi friends, thank you so much for your time and thanks for tuning in. My name is Darlin Fee. Today I have an exciting presentation for you. But hey, if you have not subscribed, kindly do so because there are a lot of great videos coming up. If you don't subscribe, this will be the last video you are going to see on this channel. But once you are a subscriber, every video that comes, you will be the first to get the notification. Having said that, now let's go. Today's presentation, we want to learn how to use this simple approach on the right hand side to solve polynomial questions relating to the remainder. So in examination, we have a question, what is the remainder when f of x is equal to 2x cubed minus 5x squared plus 4x minus 7 is divided by x minus 3. So these are the possible answers that we are having. Now, if you really understand this concept, you should be able to solve this in less than 5 seconds. So now let's go. So first of all, the question says that the function f of x is being divided by x minus 3, which automatically means the x minus 3 here is a factor of f of x. And so if it is a factor, then let's find the value of x. And to find the value of x, as well, I have it down here. So I have x minus 3, you equate this to 0. So it's equal to 0. And then the value of x is 3. So that is the first thing that we are going to do here. Now, if you are okay with this concept, let's now move on to the right hand side of your screen. This is where all the solutions are. Relax. It doesn't look beautiful. It doesn't look difficult at all. So in the next 5 seconds, you should be able to know how to use this. So how do we get these numbers? Number one, you equate the factor to 0 and you solve for x. So whatever you get, that is the first number we are having here. So this 3 is coming from equating the factor to 0. And then by solving, I have 3. So this 3 is what we have here. Assuming you solve and you got 10, then this place is going to be 10. So whatever value you get for x, that is what you are going to fix here. Now let's move on to the right hand side. I mean on this row. How did we get these items? So let's see. Now we got this from the question. The question is 2x cubed minus 5x squared plus 4x minus 7. So the 2 minus 5, 4 and 7 that you see here, they represent the coefficients of the numbers in the question. Okay, so they represent the coefficients of the variables in the question. So first of all, for x squared, s cubed, its coefficients is 2. So this 2 is what I have here. Because this is the first number, I have it here, 2. And then for x squared, its coefficients is minus 5. So I have minus 5 here. And then for x, the coefficients is 4. So I have 4 here. And then minus 7, I have it here. So that is how we actually got these things. Now, the second thing that we are going to do is to determine how to get the red numbers. Now, how do we get them? It's quite simple. Now, we are going to see, if you look at here, you always, the first number you have, okay, so these two, you write it down straight, the first number. So if you had 10 here, this one would have been 10. If you had 5 here, this one would have been 5. Whatever number you have here, that same number should be repeated down here. And then notice that the numbers down, we are going to multiply each of them with this 3. So if you multiply this by this, the answer you get, you don't write it directly up, but it shifts a little bit left. So it goes under the next number. So look at it. So this 3 times this 2 will give us 6. So the 6 will now go under this 5. So I have 6 here. And then once I have 6 here, I am now going to add the 2 vertically. So that is going to be minus 5 plus 6. And that will give me minus 1. So you put minus 1 here. Once again, remember, every number you write down, when you are done, you have to multiply it by this number. So 3 will now multiply this 1, and that will be 3. So 3 times 1 is 3. So it also go to the right hand side. So I have the 3 coming here. You must note the arrangement very well. And then once I have this, the next thing is to add them vertically. So 4 plus 3, then I have 7. It is here. Remember, this is down. So I am going to multiply the down number by the 1 here. So 3 will now multiply 7. That will give us 21. So 21 comes here. Okay. And then once I have this 21, I add the 2. Okay, so the minus 7 plus 21, that will give me 14. Now let's go over it so you get it clear. We are saying that first we must always equate the factor to 0. So x minus 3 is equal to 0. So I have it here. X minus 3 is equal to 0. And then you look for x. That means x is equal to minus 3. So this answer you have here is what I have placed here. Then the next one is to locate these numbers. And these numbers are actually going to come from the question. So from the question, we are looking for the coefficients. So the coefficients of x cubed is 2. So these 2, we have it here. And then for x squared, its coefficients is minus 5. So we have minus 5 here. And then for x, its coefficients is 4. So we have 4 here. And then this minus 7 is what we have here. Then you come to the first coefficients, that is 2. So these 2, you send it down. Okay, so we have these 2 here. And all the numbers down will be multiplied by the 3. So 3 times 2, we are having 6. And then once you have 6 here, you can add these 2. Minus 5 plus 6, that will give us 1. And then this 1 will be multiplying this 3. So 3 times 1 will give us 3. So that 3 is what we have here. And then once I have this 3, I can add these 2. 4 plus 3 giving me 7. And once again, for the down one, it must be multiplied. So this 7, 3 will multiply this 7. So 3, 7, 21. I have 21 here. And then I am now going to add this vertically. So minus 7 plus 21 will give me 14. So the last number here is always going to be your remainder. So please pay attention carefully. So that means when we divide f of x by x minus 3, the remainder is going to be 14. So when we go through the possible answers, the right answer is option C. That is 14. And we are done for question number 1. Now let's move on to question number 2, and then the same concept. So for question number 2, determine the remainder when x cubed minus 6x squared plus x minus 5 is divided by x plus 2. So if x plus 2 is going to divide this function, that means the x plus 2 is a factor of the function. And so if it is a factor, then let's equate the factor to 0. So I have x plus 2 is equal to 0. And then my mission here is to find the value of x. So the value of x is going to be negative 2. Now remember, whatever you get for x, it must always come here as the first number you are going to write. So this minus 2 is what we have here. Now that I have written that, I am now going to see the function. What are the coefficients in the function? I am going to arrange them in the order in which they appeared. So the coefficients of x cubed is 1. So I have 1 here. The coefficients of x squared is minus 6. I have minus 6 here. The coefficients of x is 1. So I have 1 here. And then minus 5 is what you have here, minus 5. And as we said in the first example, always the first coefficients, you write it down. So this one appears down here. And then any item you are going to write down must be multiplied by the number you have here. So minus 2 will now multiply 1. So that will give us minus 2, and it goes to the next number. Okay, so and then the next number, that is minus 2. Now that I have this minus 2, I will add these two numbers. So minus 6 plus minus 2 will give me minus 8. And then this down number here, you must remember to multiply it by the number here. So minus 2 will now multiply minus 8, and that will give us 16. And then you are going to add these two. So 1 plus 16, I have 17. And then 17 is down, so it must be multiplied by this 2 here. So negative 2 times 17 will give us minus 34. And now we are adding these two. Minus 5 plus minus 34. That will give us minus 39. Remember, always the last number is going to be your remainder. So once again, when x cubed minus 6x squared plus x minus 5 is divided by x plus 2, the remainder is going to be minus 39. So when we go through the options, you can see clearly that the best option is going to be the option D, minus 39, and we are done. Now, if you really want to understand what these other numbers represent, you will need to watch the part 2 of this video. Once again, my name is Dalen Fee, and I'm so grateful that you find time to watch this channel. Thank you and have a good day. Bye bye.